Hello guys, it is the Gaming Weasel back with another video. So, in today's video, I'm gonna be naming you my top favorite and my top 5 best primary weapons in Warframe. Now, I'm not gonna be covering only primaries here. Secondary and melee weapons will be coming along soon enough. But these are my personal top 5 favorite weapons. Now, these weapons are really good in almost any situation you can throw at them. High level, low level, it just doesn't really matter. They're all really good. Now, in no particular order, I'm not saying number 5 is worse than number 1, and I'm not saying number 1 is better than any other gun, but these are my top 5 favorite guns. So, at number 5, we have the Arca Plasmor, which is a corpus weapon. It is like a shotgun where it fires like a massive plasma wall, so it is a shotgun. You're gonna mod it for a shotgun. It is a really good weapon. I don't know what the base damage is. I know that it is really good. You're gonna see the mod somewhere on the screen right now, so you can actually check out the build itself. Now, it is really good. At any level, it can demolish enemies. Now, of course, every single gun can be made for your personal preference, but I personally made it like this. Now, I went for radiation damage and viral damage, because I thought that was the best way possible. Now, I didn't go for a crit build. I could have because of the critical chance being 22 and the multiplier 1.6, but I went for a status build for this gun. The status is 96.6, and as you can see, 10,000 radiation, 7,000 viral damage. Is really good. And as I said, really good weapon against any type of enemy possible. So I would prefer you pick up this gun. I did put 2 form on there. I actually didn't need to put one because I put one by mistake because I didn't realize there wasn't a catalyst on it. So yeah, that's number 5. Moving on to number 4. At number 4, we have one of my personal favorite weapons and one of, I think, the best guns in the game for me. And one of my most used weapons is this Sybaris Prime. Now, I have the deck Sybaris as well, which was a gift, I think, a couple of months ago, which I have 5 form on. On the Sybaris Prime, I have 2 because it didn't come out a long time ago. I guess I could mod it a little bit better, but for now, it's a really good build. Now, it is a really good gun. It's a versatile gun. It is a burst fire rifle, which is a bit different. Of course, mainly crit build. Now, it is really good. I use it on any kind of mission I personally go to, on spy missions, defense missions, anywhere I can. Now, on high level survival missions, I do prefer an automatic gun or even a really fast firing shotgun, because the Sybaris does put out a higher fire rate, but not fast enough to kill a lot of enemies. That's why I usually pair the Sybaris Prime with Hero and use Hero's second ability, which increases her fire rate and reload speed. So that is a really cool thing. Of course, the build is somewhere on the screen. I am using, as I said, the crit build, 75% crit, 4.4 multiplier, and I did put bladed rounds on there, so you have extra crit when you actually scope in and kill an enemy with a headshot, or scope in, I think. I forgot what the blade rounds does. Slash damage is 545, which is really good. Now, you have to keep in mind, on most of these builds, heavy caliber for me isn't maxed out, so, you know, that's going to be a little bit of a downfall on damage right there. But nonetheless, a Sybaris Prime is a really cool weapon, and if you possibly can, pick it up. I don't think it's as expensive as it was. I got it right away when it came out for 120 platinum, so I'm guessing it is much cheaper now. But nonetheless, Sybaris Prime, really cool weapon. I would prefer you pick it up. Very versatile, very good weapon, and that's number 4 for me. Moving on to number 3. Moving on to number 3. At number 3, we have one of my most used weapons in the game, and one of my best shotguns that I have, and in the game in general. Now, it is the Veykor Hek. It is a really good syndicate weapon. I love using it to bits. I do prefer it over the Tigris Prime because of its 8, I guess, shell magazine, and it is really cool. It has 4 barrels, you can't deny it looks freaking awesome, and plus the, I guess, not the status effect, but the what's it called, not the ability, you get what I mean. The proc is really good. It kills a lot of enemies nearby. Now, it is a crit weapon, and I did go for I guess a crit slash status build. Now, I do have Blaze and Scattering Inferno, as you can see right there, but it mostly is damage and crit based. 47.5 crit chance, 3.4 multiplier. As I said, so 67% status chance, so I didn't really go for full crit chance and full status either. Uh, my slash damage, well, not the slash, puncture is important here. 4,613, which is a good amount, and heat damage 5,000. So you have to keep in mind that my primed ravage, as you can see, it's not maxed out. Neither is primed point blank, and you have to keep in mind that I'm using primed ravage and primed point blank with this weapon. But nonetheless, it decimates anything it comes to contact with. I have 3 form on it because primed ravage and primed point blank, but nonetheless the weapon decimates anything it comes across. It is a really, really good weapon. I usually use it at when I play Void, the Void Survival, the higher level one. It is really good. It just decimates everyone. And yeah, by the way, I know you saw that Oberon's head is just pointing out, and you can't see stuff so at the stats screen, so just gonna have to ignore that one. But nonetheless, a really cool weapon, really, really good weapon. If you reach mastery rank 12, I think it is, get this weapon. This weapon is really cool. I think you can pick it up for 40 platinum, which isn't a lot at all for this really, really cool and versatile weapon. Moving on to number 2. At number 2, we have the Soma Prime. Now, some of you guys have been expecting this gun to be on this list. You can't deny the Soma Prime is a really must-have weapon. It is a really, really, really good weapon to have and use. Now, on the screen, the gameplay is from Mott, which is 45 to, I think, 50 level survival in the Void. It just decimates enemies. It just mows them down, but it's not the best as it could be, because as I said, heavy caliber for me is not maxed out yet. That is my next mod to max out. But nonetheless, this is a crit weapon. You can purchase it for, if you really want to wonder for the prices, you can purchase it around 120, 140 platinum, depending on where you look, and depending on what parts you actually have. The stock is the most expensive part, around 80 platinum. But nonetheless, a really, really cool build. I went for a crit build, 75% crit, 6.6 multiplier. It has a 200 round magazine, which is just awesome. Now, this is the type of gun that it is fully automatic, as you can see, and the fire rate increases over time. Now, this weapon is perfect with Hero, because once you activate Hero's second ability and fourth ability, your crit chance increases by 50%. You're gonna get those red crits like it's Christmas. It's just gonna glow up like a Christmas tree with red crits, and the fire rate is gonna be increased, I think, 2 or 3 times depending on how your hero is modded. It is really, really good with the perfect warframe. But nonetheless, even alone, as you can see in the gameplay, I'm playing with Oberon, and it is just decimating enemies. It's a really, really cool weapon. Now, the damage, base damage I get is not high of this weapon. As you can see, my slash is 43.5, which isn't anything. It's just shit. But nonetheless, I do have a corrosive, I guess, proc or status with 209, which is pretty good. But nonetheless, you might be saying, look at those low numbers, but when you actually look at it on the screen, I'm doing massive amounts of damage to high-level bombards and corrupted gunners. So, a really, really cool weapon. And at number 1, you're gonna have a weapon that some of you may be already expecting. You already know what the top gun is in the game and on my list. Moving on to number 1. And the number 1 weapon is the Tigris Prime. Now, I did say I love the Veykor Hek more. It is true, but the Tigris is always there for me. The Tigris is simply an incredible freaking weapon. It can literally decimate anything that it comes in contact with. It is a really, really awesome weapon. Now, it is not a crit weapon in no any way, shape, or form. It is definitely a status weapon, same as the Arca Plasmor. Now, the Arca Plasmor has a 96 for me, 96% crit chance. This has a 2% higher, but as you can see by the damage numbers, it has 8,000 slash damage, 21,000 viral, and 21,000 radiation damage. I have 2 form on it. There's no need to have more. It is a beast of a weapon. I'm not gonna even show gameplay. You're gonna see the mod screen most of the time that I'm talking about this. It is a really, really beast weapon. There's no gameplay there's no need for gameplay for this weapon. It is simply an awesome weapon. Now, I have heard some people talk about why don't you put, I guess, sweeping serration on it. As you can see, I do have sweeping serration. A lot of people ask me why don't you put it for, I don't know, you can maybe replace, I don't know, chilling grasp or charge shelf with it, but then the damage goes down on my status. It does increase my slash damage, but this, as I said, is a status weapon for me. And this is how I decided to mod it. There's no need to copy my build. I'm just showing it just so you can reference it towards something. Now, of course, as I said, Warframe is a game. You have your free will. You can craft your own weapons. I guess that's the best way I can possibly put it. You can go full slash damage, all I care. But you know, this is the way I built it. And yeah, that's been it, guys, for me. That's my top 5 primary weapons. The next video is probably going to be about melee weapons. Well, not my next video, not literally my next video, but the next Warframe video, or I guess the next of these top 5 videos is going to be probably my melee weapons, because for me, melee weapons are like the second most useful thing. Secondaries are just there, so it occupies a slot really for me. But nonetheless, really, really cool guns. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys got some of these guns, and I would prefer you do actually. The top guns that I would recommend, I do love the Tigris, I'm not gonna diss it, is the Soma and the Veykor. Those are my top 5, my top 2 weapons to actually just get, because they're not that expensive and they're really versatile weapons. You can use them in any kind of place. Of course, every single other weapon is usable and viable in any other place. But that's been me, the Gaming Weasel. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Now, a couple of one thing I wanted to say is, if you go down in the description below, you can have a link to my second channel. Now, what I mean by second channel, this is the channel that I talk about random shit on, so check it out. That's been me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.